The news is clear and chilling. 41 Chinese vessels have entered the West Philippine Sea. Satellite images, released by the Philippine Coast Guard, show a tight formation of gray hulls clustered near disputed waters. The numbers are confirmed, not speculation. Journalists scramble to piece together the timeline. The flotilla appeared overnight, moving in slow, deliberate lines. Coast Guard ships, outnumbered and outpowered, track every movement. Their radios crackle with activity, reporting positions and changes in course. The vessels seem to be both fishing boats and maritime militia, blurring the line between civilian and military. The location matters. It's not just any part of the sea. These ships sit close to Filipino fishing grounds, reefs, and outposts. The vessels anchor in waters internationally recognized as part of the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. This is more than a show of force. It's a message. Officials confirm these ships have not asked permission. Their presence violates the spirit, if not the letter, of international law. The country watches, alarmed and angry, as the situation unfolds hour by hour. Inside Manila City Hall, the mood is urgent. The mayor convenes an emergency security council. Aides pass fresh intelligence reports across the table. Phones ring non-stop. Embassies, military analysts, and journalists all want updates. Every official knows the stakes are high. The mayor appears on live television. Her face is grave, voice steady, but tight. We are monitoring developments closely. All citizens are urged to stay calm, remain informed, and support our national authorities. Behind her, the city's police chief outlines plans for heightened security in critical areas. Local leaders call for unity. This is a time for solidarity, says the vice mayor, addressing a crowd outside the hall. We will defend our sovereignty, peacefully but firmly. Meanwhile, city council members coordinate with the Coast Guard and military, preparing for any contingency. Public offices remain open, but windows are filled with patriotic posters. Government social media accounts post emergency helplines and verified news sources. The city's leadership stands together, determined not to let fear dictate their response. The Philippine Coast Guard is on the front lines. Commodore Jose Arevalo addresses reporters, his uniform crisp. We confirm the presence of 41 Chinese vessels in our waters. Our patrols are maintaining a safe distance and documenting every move. We urge calm, but remain vigilant. Fishermen from Palawan and Zambales call into radio shows, their voices tense. We see the ships. They are big, and they do not move away when we approach. It is frightening. We just want to fish for our families, says Mongbert, a seasoned fisherman. International analysts weigh in. Dr. Amelia Reyes, a regional security expert, tells the media, "This is a calculated action. China is testing the Philippines' response and the resolve of its allies. It's not just about fishing, it's about control over valuable resources and strategic sea lanes." The stories and statements paint a stark picture. On the water, tension is real and immediate. In Manila and around the world, experts warn that what happens next could shape regional security for years. The West Philippine Sea is more than just a patch of ocean. It's, honestly, a lifeline for millions. Fishermen, traders, and entire communities depend on its bounty. The region is rich in fish, oil, and gas. Whoever controls these waters, well, they hold power, both economic and strategic. For decades, China and the Philippines have clashed over claims here. In 2016, an international tribunal in The Hague ruled in favor of the Philippines, stating China's claims had no legal basis. Yet the dispute remains, with China continuing to send ships and build artificial islands. The stakes are high. Control of these waters means access to food, energy, and, vital shipping lanes. More than $3 trillion in trade passes through these seas every year. For the Philippines, it's about sovereignty, survival, and national dignity. Each new incursion is a test. The world watches to see how Manila will respond and whether international law will stand against power politics. The tension is not just military. It's economic, legal, and honestly, deeply personal for many Filipinos. Out at sea, the sight is intimidating. Chinese vessels, many painted in military gray, loom over the waves. Smaller Filipino fishing boats keep their distance, wary of confrontation. Coast Guard patrols move carefully, their crews tense and alert. Drones buzz overhead, capturing every detail for Manila's crisis team. Back on land, life in Manila goes on, but with an edge. Parents clutch their children a little tighter walking to school. People gather in cafes, discussing the latest news with growing concern. Bus drivers listen to updates between stops. The city feels both ordinary and on the verge of something much bigger. Markets are filled with chatter about the ships. Students at the University of the Philippines organize teach-ins and candlelight vigils for peace. Even the city's nightlife dims. Bars lower their music, and screens flicker with live reports instead of basketball games. The presence of the flotilla is felt everywhere. It is not just a story far out at sea. It has come home to Manila, changing the mood of the city and its people. The Philippine government moves quickly. The president calls a late-night emergency meeting with top defense and security officials. Afterward, a strongly worded statement is broadcast nationwide. We condemn the unauthorized presence of foreign vessels in our waters. We will defend our sovereignty using all means under the law. Diplomats summon the Chinese ambassador, demanding an explanation and immediate withdrawal. At the United Nations, the Philippines files a formal protest. The Foreign Affairs Secretary holds a press conference, appealing for international support. We seek help from our friends and allies, he says. Uphold international law, protect the rules-based order. Military leaders brief Congress behind closed doors. They request more patrols, better equipment, and closer ties with allies. Lawmakers debate emergency funding and call for unity in the face of foreign intimidation. The message is clear: Manila will not back down. But the government also knows it cannot face the crisis alone. The world's attention is now firmly on the Philippines. Across Manila, the tension is almost physical. Streets are quieter than usual. People talk in hushed voices, eyes glued to their screens. Schools hold emergency drills. Some families prepare go bags just in case. The city's famous resilience is tested by a sense of uncertainty. Local churches offer prayers for peace, their pews packed with anxious worshipers. Community leaders organize forums, urging calm and vigilance. City hospitals review emergency plans, worried about the remote possibility of conflict. Rumors swirl, some wild and unfounded. Officials work hard to stamp out fake news, reminding everyone to rely on verified sources. Despite the fear, there is a stubborn determination among Manileños. They have weathered crisis before, and they will again. Yet the question hangs heavy. What happens if the situation gets worse? For now, everyone waits, hoping for a peaceful resolution, but preparing for whatever comes. The future remains uncertain. Diplomats race to calm tensions, but the flotilla is still in place. If China withdraws, Manila wins a small victory for international law. If not, the standoff could drag on, raising the risk of clashes at sea, economic disruption, or even wider conflict. The government vows to keep pressing for global support. Experts warn that this is only the latest test in a long struggle for control of the West Philippine Sea. More vessels may come. The need for a stronger Coast Guard and clearer alliances has never been more obvious. For now, Manila stands alert. Its leaders, citizens, and allies watch the horizon. The world's attention is fixed on these contested waters. What happens next will shape not just the Philippines, but the balance of power in Asia for years to come. The call is clear: vigilance, unity, and resolve. The West Philippine Sea remains at the heart of the nation's struggle and its hope for peace.